What makes you annoyed here in Japan?
Japanese people don't really know much about Islam.
A special place for erotical journals, right?
Good evening, how's it going today? 皆さんどうもこんにちは、TOYAです。今回は日本に住んでいてイラッとすることについて日本在住の外国人の方にインタビューしていきたいと思います。テーマからして少しネガティブな感じになっちゃってるんですが、個人的に日本ってご飯はめちゃくちゃ美味しくて、人は親切で治安は良くてって文句のつけようがないくらいもう素晴らしい国だと思うんですよね。でも反対に丁寧すぎるがゆえに効率が悪かったり、親切すぎるがゆえに相手を困らせてる場合があるのも事実だと思います。ということで今回はあなたは日本のどういうところにイラッとしますかっていうテーマに沿って外国人の方にインタビューしていきたいと思います。このチャンネルでは日本在住の外国人の方にいろんなトピックに沿って英語で街頭インタビューをしているので、英語をペラペラに話せるようになりたいなとか、海外の文化をもっと知りたいなと思っている方はぜひチャンネル登録の方よろしくお願いします。それでは Let's get going!
So where are you from?
I'm originally from a place called Wigan, which is near Manchester.
Manchester.
Yeah, in England.
England.
Yeah.
So how long have you been in Japan?
I arrived first in 2001. I stayed for about 4 years, left, came back, stayed for 4 more years, left, came back, and I've been here about 4 years.
So a pretty long time in total.
I guess so, yeah.
Where are you from?
I'm from China.
Oh, China. So how long have you been in Japan?
I have been to Japan for half and 2 years.
So where are you from?
I'm from Thailand.
Thailand. So how long have you been in Japan?
I've been in Japan for almost a year.
How is your life in Japan?
It's so peaceful, by the
Oh,
way.
peaceful, peaceful.
I really feel relaxed staying here.
Right, very good to know that. So where are you from?
I'm from Russia.
So how long have you been in Japan?
For 2 months, I think.
Oh, so how is your life in Japan?
Very good. Very good.
So diving into the content, Japan is home to some of the world's largest cities, as well as quiet and a nice countryside.
Yeah.
But I think there are some pros and cons of living in Japan. So you can be frank, you can be honest. What makes you annoyed here in Japan?
Well, I always start to, like to start with nice things. I've been here a long time, and the culture works for me in many ways. I like the culture. I like the peaceful nature parts of Japan, but that kind of means that it moves slowly. And so right now in the pandemic, and I work in school, so lots of people want to go home.
Right.
They want to go back to America, Australia, Britain. They just can't. So for 3 years, we haven't been able to move. Now, of course, that's not Japan's fault, but I think Japan is moving a little slowly with relaxing their ability to come in and out of the country. And so that's a little frustrating. I want to go see my mom. Hey, mom. I want to go see my mom. And so there's that,
Something is different from here to my hometown.
Right.
Culture is different, and the relationship between the people is different. Language is the most difficult things for me.
Right.
Most Japanese speak different from us, so it's hard to communicate.
Japanese people don't really know much about Islam.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and they ask funny questions. It's not annoying, by the way. I just feel surprised because in Thailand, even though Muslims are a minority, people have some ideas about them, but Japanese people seem to have completely no idea. A Japanese I know asked me if I wear this hijab 24 hours, even when I'm sleeping.
Right?
Yeah, hijab.
Hijab,
Yeah, and it's so funny.
Honestly, Japanese people generally are not familiar with religion, as you mentioned. I think we should educate ourselves with, true respect for any religion, I think. Yeah, so I know annoying but kind of, surprising thing for people from abroad. That's what I think.
I didn't find such a thing. Yeah, for now. Everything is just fine. Maybe paperwork, maybe. I mean, for example, in bank, if you get
bank.
a card, you also get this check bank.
Card, one card.
Yeah. And it's kind of strange.
Yeah, it's kind of complicated, right? Yeah.
Yeah, just information from your passport, you do it online, and the card comes to your room.
And this is the same for my home country too. Any time where, you know, people will kind of be a little bit more traditional or conservative and take a little bit more time to do something, that can be impatient. I'm quite
totally agree
impatient,
with you.
right? I want you to change, I want to grow, I want to do something different. And it's not always bad, sometimes it's right, you know, sometimes it's slow down, think about it, be careful. But you know, I'm impatient, so that's difficult for me.
Yeah, it takes a while to get something or decide something in Japan, I think. So what is the most biggest difference between Japan and China? Like culture, people, anything is fine.
First is the food. We only have our self dish, but in China
like
we,
a buffet style.
Yeah.
What is the craziest thing you've ever encountered in Japan?
Surprising culture shock. I've never encountered like in person, but I've heard Japanese people eat whale meat, and I think like that's pretty shocking because in Thailand we don't eat whale at all.
At all.
At all, yeah.
The first thing that comes into my mind is that, for example, in Konbini there are a special place for erotical journals, right?
Right.
In anime magazines there are a lot of such things too, and kind of no one hides it, and a lot of this sexual content. So that's kind of very strange for me. Yeah.
Strange.
In Russia, we are a bit more modest maybe in this yeah.
Compared to a country, which is better for you to live in? Japan, England? You know, this question is gonna be a little bit tricky, I think. What do you think?
Yeah, it's a tough one. I also lived in Germany for about 5 years, and again, they all have their strengths, but I grew up in England, so my heart's always there, and my family's there, my friends. So, you know, living in England, that's a better country for me. But after I've been there for like a few years, then I start to look, where do I go next? So, I think I don't have a concrete answer.
Which country is better to live in? Japan or Thailand?
Well, it's hard to answer because I've just been here for a short time.
Right.
But I like Japan more because I really like the peace here, like quietness. Because in Thailand it's so noisy. But I don't know, maybe if I live in Tokyo I would have answered differently. I've heard Tokyo is pretty nigiyaka as well.
Yeah, I can only imagine that. I've never been lived in Tokyo, by the way, so I can only just imagine. So which country is better to live in for you? Japan and Russia?
I'm just not sure if I can answer because only 2 months in Japan, right? So I don't really understand. But Japan is a good country for living, for sure. So I think I can live here. I can live in Russia too.
はい、ということで今回のインタビューを振り返っていきたいんですけど、日本って世界的に見てもすごい住みやすくてめちゃくちゃ治安がいい国なんですが、イギリス出身の方が言ってたように何か問題が起きた時にその対応がちょっと遅いっていうかちょっと遅れてる、いい意味でも悪い意味でもゆっくりしてるんですね。あとは今回一番印象的だったのはタイ出身の方が言ってたように、ほとんどの日本人が宗教について全く知らないっていうのが結構個人的には刺さって、僕も実際過去オーストラリアに10ヶ月ぐらいいたことがあったんですけど、その時に自分の宗教そのものについての知識のなさに何回も困りました。日本ではあんまり親しみのないことかもしれないですけど、宗教ってめちゃくちゃ前から人の生活にすごく関わりのあるものなので、これから海外留学とかに行っていろんな国の文化を知りたいって思ってる方は、まずは事前にそもそも宗教って何なのかっていうのを事前に勉強しておけば、その後海外とか行った時に多国籍の 友達とのコミュニケーションとか、友達作りにすごい役に立つのかなと思います。僕のインスタグラムと TikTok ではネイティブから学ぶ生きた英語を面白くコント形式で紹介してたり、海外の友達たちと英語クイズをやってる動画を毎日配信してるので、これからもっと英語学習をしていきたいと思ってる方はぜひ概要欄の方からチェックの方よろしくお願いします。今回の動画を見て英語学習のモチベーションが少しでも上がったなとか、海外の文化を知れてすごく面白かったって思ってもらえた方はぜひいいねボタンとチャンネル登録の方よろしくお願いします。Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.